Hello and welcome to my channel. So in the software industry, system level understanding or system overview or even system design is a very important topic to understand and to learn for long-term benefit. So this is a my side contribution. So let us understand a typical booking, reservation, classified advertisement software system. Let's take an overview. So obviously it is divided into multiple parts, but at a broader level, there is a provider, there is a consumer, and the provider can provide product or an item or a service. So very high level definition is it is an entity or a system which allows consumer to consume product and provider to provide product. So a very high level understanding what is a provider. So it is a person or a group or a system who makes available certain product or service. Very simple example is bus ticket. Very simple example is taxi booking or furniture rentals or hotel booking and so on. What is a product? What is an item? So it is a physical, virtual or consumable good or service. Very simple example is taxis. Very simple example is some consumer good, furniture rentals and so on. What is a consumer? So it is a person, and most of the time it is a person or a group of persons or sometimes a system who consumes available certain product or services or products. Again, the same example, you're providing a bus ticket and a consumer will consume that bus ticket or a seat in your car sharing or bus sharing app and so on. So a very general and simple way to understand is with an example. So XYZ Travel, what is it they are providing? They are providing an item or a product called as bus seat or bus ticket, and then consumer can consume it. So consumer very typically we will be considering a human being, a person or a group. XYZ Hotels, they are providing room, suite, hall, party hall, banquet hall, and so on. So they are providing these items. XYZ Restaurant, they are providing booking services for booking dining table, booking seat, maybe you're ordering the food in advance and so on. XYZ Cargo, they're offering logistic booking or reserving a space for a particular household item or any kind of an item, shipping services. XYZ Marketplace, so that a little different example where they are providing services to the consumers who can buy or sell household items. Exam center, they are offering bookings for your seat to conduct exams. They are offering, let's say, a classroom for training services and so on. Advertising, so signboards, media, online, so booking, advertising time slot or a space or even a place at certain hot location and so on. XYZ. So in this case, I think the consumer could be a person or a group or even a third-party organization. XYZ Healthcare, so healthcare services, doctor appointment booking, reserving a space in some hospital for operations or any kind of healthcare services. XYZ Property Aggregator, so they are providing, let's say, office space, it's a physical item, brokerage services, consulting properties or land. Expert staff management, so you can book some manpower for some function, security guard or maids and so on. So we will see a little detailed example in the upcoming slides. So revisiting, what is a provider? It is an entity who makes available product, item or service for sell, rent, for contract, also offering shared resource as a product. We'll see in a bit what is shared resource and other things. Provider. So provider, travel services, let's say bus, train ticket, hotel, restaurant, cargo, shipping, marketplace or aggregator, staffing services and so on. So web hosting is kind of a shared resources services. So you can book a web service for a website to be hosted on some server, let's say for 1 year or 2 year contract, you can book a space. So it's a shared space or something which is shared IP address and so on. So let's see what is the product and how the items are filled or auto filled or refilled. So very basic thing is it can be manual data entry or offline data entry. Products are getting added into the system. API responses and database entry. So let's say you are a flight aggregator. Your website is providing um, booking services of flight tickets for multiple airlines. So you call those APIs from other airlines, and you get the data and you put it into a database, and then you inform to your customer. So that is runtime product filling, runtime auto update taxi services. So you are providing a taxi service, taxi booking, taxi reservation in advance, and so on. So you are filling or refilling the items, taxi items. System auto generated, let's say ticket cancel. So let's say there are some tickets which are booked in your bus, and then last minute some tickets are getting cancelled. So those should be automatically added, auto generated item filling into the system. Historic assumptions, analytics, and prediction. Let's say during festival times, I'm expecting certain bookings over over an average count. So I'm filling those items based on the assumptions, based on historic data and so on, or maybe based on some prediction. So items can be filled by email confirmation, fax, or FTP file confirmation, and so on. Let's say how the items should always be available. There is no refilling as such. Items once added into the system, it is there for a long time. So a simple example is online training. So you upload the course, the trainer will upload the training video and material in some kind of a website, let's say Udemy, and then a student will just consume it. So he'll purchase it once and he will consume it n number of times or unlimited and so on. Autofill. So if let's say if available quantity threshold changes. So let's say I have a bus services which is providing bus tickets from location A to location B, and then I'm taking booking for at any point of time I'll be taking booking for from today to 20 days later. So once today is finished, once tomorrow starts, next day 21st booking I have to add into the system. So that can be an auto filled. Okay, sometimes let's say number of seats which are going less, number of quantity, number of tickets, let's say movie tickets, that is lowering down. So I may open up another range of tickets and so on. So it may be on purpose, like I want to see that how many balcony seats are getting booked first, and then I'll open the other other category of tickets and so on. So the point here is auto filling. Periodic or auto filling, let's say future flight seats or bus tickets, or same example we have seen. Seasonal booking, seasonal reservation, holiday season, so hotel booking and so on. So let's see again one more classification. What is a physical item? So physical item can be a seat or a living space, a room or suite or dining table or whatever, a ride in your car. What is a virtual? So virtual product is like visual or audio experience, let's say a movie experience online, or a training and so on. Web hosting services is like a virtual. uh, Staff services, staffing services is like a virtual, sometimes can be a virtual. Tour, uh, guiding so, guiding people about certain tourist location and so on. Consumable good, so let's say a household item or jewelry or furniture. So you use it for some function or maybe for some personal need for a certain period, and you return it back or etc. So what does a consumer do? Little expanded explanation. Um, consumer is booking tickets, let's say on weekends or regular cab booking for commuting to certain places, let's say going to office and coming back to home. Occasional restaurant booking, dining table booking, uh, uh, on-demand consumption of third-party APIs, let's say flight ticket aggregators. So let's say in your system, you're providing comparison or booking of multiple flights from multiple operators. So let's say if you don't have any data, let's say user wants to see or even want to book tickets, let's say 30 days after. So currently you're offering only 20 days. So you might uh, call the APIs from these third-party flight operators and get the data real time. So that's like an on-demand uh, rebooking before launch. So typical example is, let's say you want to book movie ticket or a show which is not yet released, but you want to book it in advance, so that you want to make sure you booked it and you get a ticket, you get it at a lower price and so on. Bulk consumer purchase, party space, some kind of a function hall, those kind of bulk consumer items. Let's say sometimes user may not be interested in purchasing, but let's say uh, only browsing and searching items. User can do multiple things. Travel agents who can be an agent who is booking the tickets on behalf of others. Combo offer booking. So let's say you are booking a flight ticket, and then during the journey you want to have certain uh, type of food or drink or desserts or combinations of combo offer apart from the original ticket. Uh, Booking with request approval. So Airbnb is a good example where the provider provides bed and breakfast item, and then user or the consumer will make a request for that, and then once again the provider will accept or approve or reject it. So the multi-level of process. Unlimited consume, so typically uh, online video content, let's say movies or training material video content. So it's like an unlimited consume and so on. So coming back to the original topics of software system design is a process of designing new or existing software system. So typically in an interview, you might be very probable cases you will be asked to design something fresh, some fresh system, and then maybe once you join the organization, there will be something which is already there, and you will want to expand it or enhance it, or even do maintenance activity. Uh, it's a process of satisfying functional and non-functional requirement. So functional requirements may be enhanced user journey or a typical user journey or a data flow management, data flow uh, creation. Non-functional requirements, so let's say uh, from infrastructure side, let's say load balancing, traffic routing, and so on. Defining important components, modules, and interfaces. So it's a process to divide the functionalities in different modules so that it is easy to understand, easy to develop, easy to maintain, and so on. Defining data and its logical flow. This is again an important point. How different systems are interacting with each other. Are they synchronous, asynchronous, those kind of stuff. Infrastructure design. So how many servers and how many databases, what type of database you want, what would be a front end, let's say it's a web or application, or the consumer can just call some APIs and so on. What kind of a backend you want, on which language you want to design it, and so on. Fine tuning with internal and external systems. So nowadays it is very hard to um, find a software system which is like a standalone system. It probably will be talking to one or two or maybe multiple internal systems inside your organization, or maybe external systems also. Um, So these are the points which are considered in system design, maybe interview or maybe day-to-day operations, day-to-day design. So in the forthcoming sessions, I will try to design, I'll attempt to design and develop a typical booking system or a reservation system. So stay tuned and please hit like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.